Hi everybody. I want to talk about pre-1938 Martins. In 1938, picture this, it's the Great Depression. Martin has been making guitars for over 100 years, flat top guitars. Gibson just started making flat top guitars. Martin was making flat top guitars for 100 years before Gibson made them, because they were making arch top guitars, which were cellos, like that one there. Martin really had it down, and the thing they were famous for is X braces. And they created this X brace pattern with these little tone bars over years of development. And in the late 20s, people started using steel strings. And so from the late 20s up until the mid 30s, those steel strings had a really big effect on guitars. Audiences got bigger, stay. Audiences got bigger, and the guys would put 16 gauge strings on to be heard. I need to be heard. The Dreadnought was relatively new, started in 26. And so these heavy gauge strings would pull up on the bridge plates. And how do you correct that? So here's the string. Picture all of this weight, these heavy 16 gauge strings. When's the last time you used the 16 gauge strings? It's in Martin's record that this is why they moved the X brace closer to the bridge plate to support the bridge plate. So the old ones were called forward shifted. Everybody copies Martin bracing. Everybody. Everybody. Collins, Ibanez, everybody. Their X bracing is still the standard today. There's another manufacturer that's using more of a cello bracing that was supposed to be a big breakthrough. Most people like the X brace. So moving it forward to the sound hole and moving it back is something that Martin had done again now since 2018. But these pre-38, in 1938, they moved the bridge plate, the X, closer to the bridge plate. That happened in 38. 1938 Martins are the premium Martins. Their authentic series are copies of those early Martins. And two of the big things is where the X is. It was closer to the sound hole, forward shifted. After 38, they moved it back, not forward shifted. Also, they made the necks a little slimmer. And this is in part because of the competition that started to come from Gibson. Martin made 1 3/4. Gibson was making 1 11/16. 1/16 of an inch narrower, and that was a slim neck. And Martin was reacting to Gibson. So, pre-38 Martins are rare. We recently sold a pre-38 D18 for $60,000. Yeah. We've got a copy of it here in the Authentics. But this guitar, this is a 1934 017. Now the 017s generally had binding and a gloss finish. The 015s had a satin finish and no binding, generally speaking. But in the 30s, it was the Great Depression, and there is constantly changes trying to figure out how to make guitars more affordable for the public that was broke. The high-end guitars, the people with money, had money. But your regular day-to-day guitars, like these 017s, they were trying to make them as affordable as they can. This is an 017, so O is the size, of course, 17 is all mahogany, gloss finish, and this has all those early features. It has the forward shifted X. It has the skinny bridge plate. It has the 1 3/4 nut width, and it has this. This guitar will give you tinnitus, really. This is a magnificent little guitar, and it's one of your fleeting opportunities to buy a pre-1938, not just pre-war, but pre-1938. It has the scallop bracing. It has the wider nut. It has premium woods, the likes of which are not around anymore. This wood from this guitar, these old Honduran guitars, they're just, the Honduran mahogany just isn't around anymore. This came from the old ancient trees, perhaps up to 1,500-year-old mahogany trees. Killer guitar. So this is a 1934 017. I'm looking for any features that you're going to want to know because I can hear you. Repaired side cracks, refretted, solid mahogany, 1 3/4 nut, a V-profile neck. You really wouldn't notice this being a V-profile neck right away because it just fits your hand. And big, healthy guitar. It does have a side crack that's been repaired. The nut, their frets are now regular tang frets, not bar frets. All of that with the crack and all the repairs already done for you. We did it here years ago for this guitar, and this is $69.95, and it is really one of your last chances to get a guitar that was made by Martin before 1938, unless you're looking at ukuleles. And on that note, I'm going to let you go. Thanks for listening. Make sure to like us, make sure to call us, and make an appointment to come in this delicious room and sit and play by yourself. Okay? All right, 1934 Martin. Yay!